Hey coaches, Mark Hart here with System Basketball. From time to time I go live on the YouTube channel here, System Basketball YouTube, and inside the Dribble Drive Motion Hoop Talk community. I've been getting some questions lately through email, DMs on social media. As most of you know, I'm predominantly a Dribble Drive Motion Offense coach, been running it since 2008. Created a course with Kurt Gelsdorf called Dribble Drive Motion A to Z. And one of the main questions I've been getting lately is, what do you do if my point guard is being shoved to the outer third? And I'd like to know if you guys could let me know in the comments where you're joining me from today. Got a few people on I see live. Either on the YouTube channel or the Facebook community. I'm going to plug the Facebook community a little bit for the YouTube people. I know you may not do Facebook, but it is a great community of coaches. Last several Fridays, Kurt shared several nuggets on various dribble drive topics. I've shared a bunch in there, and it's a place for coaches to ask questions and network and learn more about the dribble drive motion offense. It's just solely geared towards the dribble drive motion offense. So if you can let me know in the comments where you're joining me from, always love to see where the coaches are listening from and if this stuff is beneficial for you. I'm going to bring up my board here. And this always helps me explain things. So I'm using the Lucio Assist Sports app. I've been using it for a while now, and I think it gives a great visual reference for coaches, players, and has a lot of neat features to it. The first thing we're going to talk about is when they're shoving you to the outer third. That pretty much means this player is making this player go this way. And if that's happening, maybe your player is weak skill-wise, or you are playing too much out of a two-guard front. But what I would look at as well is, how is 2 being defended and how is 4 being defended? If 4 is being defended that way, so if 4 is just clogging the free throw line, the nail area, and X1 is high side, and let's say X2 is kind of high side denial, we could just simply start off with the pass, and we would do one of our cuts. We would probably, if he's sitting there, we would probably run right underneath him. X1 would probably follow, and then that would be able to get him into a size up, and then we're playing basketball. Okay, if they do this, where they're denying this ball reversal, so they're basically all up the line, on the line, playing pressure, and this cut does not help your player, and they cannot beat their man to the middle of the floor. That is what a common strategy would be. Let's talk about that not happening today. So if they are like this, you're going to have to embrace it a little bit. And the first one I would like to show you today is a push entry, which you're just going to dribble at, and then 2 is going to go. If X2 gets their head cut, you're going to have a backdoor opportunity there. If that backdoor opportunity is not open, two just continues to the opposite corner, and then everybody is going to wheel around here, and you would get back to, you would have somewhat of the starting spots. Just going to take the defense off here. So now what you would do is, if 1 passes to 4, Some people have an automatic here that would signal this player to cut, and then that would open the big gap to the left side of the floor for you. Or you could pass again. This player would relocate, and now this player would cut, and you would create offense and get into your gap situation. So the push entry. Now I like this action with the push entry. Instead of sending your 2 across, send them to the opposite slot. Because that may make X2 be a little bit different. If they just go corner to corner, X2 is going to possibly just sit there. But if they go up there, X2 is probably going to come here, and now you could have, if X1's on this high shoulder, dribble it, and now you might have a ISO just going straight to the rim, and now you play your rules. 4 would have followed, 2 gets here, 5 gets to the tee up, and 3 stays in the drift corner. So just instead of having them going corner to corner, maybe have them locate up to the opposite slot. Another one I really like is a shallow cut. So we're going to dribble here, and now 2 is going to come up and replace 1 in the slot, and we're going to pass. 1 is going to leave. Oops, my bad, I didn't pass it. There we go. 1 is going to replace and get spacing to that corner, and now it's up to you. You could have that automatic again, where you run like a blur, or you run the cut there, or you run it a deep cut. So those are the cuts, or you could turn it into a ball screen. So those are some options on this shallow cut that I really like. Another one for you that you could use is, being a dribble drive guy, I pretty much like to look at other offenses and see how I can incorporate it. So pistol actions and stuff like that could become very important, where you could have 2 come here and set a step-up ball screen. And then you can look to turn the corner, and you can add all the fancy stuff if you want. You could have 4 set this flare for 2. 5 would look to tee up, and then you would get in your offense that way if you ran a step up. The other one would just be playing a handoff game, playing what my call is a pistol, because we want the player to come out of the corner, and we're going to run a dribble handoff here to 2. And then 2 can turn the corner, or you could play the fake handoff game there if they're hedging it, and you can split and go. So a little pistol handoff action there, if you will. A couple more options if you're not wanting to play out of the 1-2 game there, and you want to incorporate your opposite slot. You can run some ghost actions here, some drag ball screens here, and try to create that opening there with your opposite slot. The last one of the last ones I would, not the last one here, but off the push as well. I did show you that initial back door. This is where you'll get into 5 flashing, and now you can hit here, and now you can have a give and go cut. This is pass. And now you can play cut to the basket. You can play over the top, handoff, back to the one, and use your imagination, or have 5 come into a ball screen. Again, one could reject all that action too. But those are some of the things that I would incorporate into your dribble drive to help you when they're forcing you to the outer third. I would also work on this. I would try to get maybe conquering more middle, changing your alignment a little bit. So I would put your point guard here and get more into maybe a 2-sided break alignment. So now if they are guarding you this way, that's way more room for you to drive the basket, kind of offset it, move your 4 to the stretch. I call this area of the floor the stretch, where the 4 is. And you can have more of a center of it. You can go 1-4. You can do numerous things to move your point guard to the middle of the floor if they are doing that to you. But coaches, what defensive strategy is causing you the most problems with the dribble drive motion offense? I'm just curious because I love doing these, and it'll give me an idea of more things to do as I have time to do these and help coaches with the dribble drive motion offense. If you're wanting more help from me, you can check out the YouTube channel. There is tons of content on the basics, some advanced stuff. But the thing that I would check into, if you're really wanting to deep dive into the dribble drive motion offense, is I would look at the course that me and Kurt did. And that's at our website, at my website, systembasketball.com. And it's a comprehensive online course, everybody, that has 13 chapters on it. We have some bonus stuff inside of it too, but the chapters are broken down into a modules of 13 chapters. The first chapter is how to implement the dribble drive. Second chapter is practice planning. Third is the drills. And the nuts and bolts that will really help you as you get the better understanding of the dribble drive is chapters 4 through 12, especially 4 through 7. What if they're pressuring us? What if they're pack lining us? What if they're switching? What if they play zone? All covered ideas and thoughts from Kurt and I running the offense. Chapter 8 is what if I have 3 guards and 2 posts? What if I have 5 guards? What different ways can I run it if my players are not exactly perfect for the dribble drive? Chapter 9 covers some advanced concepts, kind of like some of the stuff I went over today, as a little bit of advanced stuff and thinking of years of experience. If you have that big man, chapter 12 will help you a lot. Chapter 11 goes over box and 1, triangle and 2, OB plays, sideline plays, and special ways if they're face guarding your 2-man in the corner. Chapter 12 kind of puts it all together for you on how do we develop the players for the dribble drive motion offense. So on the YouTube channel, there's a link in the bio about the course. We're pretty proud of it. Ironically, I was looking at Facebook today and a post popped up that our first chapter that when we did this as a live course was September 14th, 2020. So it's been 2 years since we've done the course, and we're constantly bringing you guys content and helping coaches around the world on the dribble drive. So if you don't have any questions, I'll hang out here for a few minutes to see what people are struggling about. How about versus open stance pack? I usually go zone offense. You got to move the ball and create a closeout. I mean, pack backline defense. So this guy's asking open stance, not sure who Facebook user is, but I usually go zone. They usually go zone offense. Well, probably a good strategy, but I would look to run some entries and get the ball moving to force closeouts and attack a closeout. They can't stay packed forever. I mean, why are they open stance pack? Is it shooting ability? Is it their style? I would look at those questions as well. Switching, is it aggressive switching, soft zone switching? So we cover that all in the chapter on switching for you. So if you're interested, or if you have questions about the course, you can reach out to me on the Facebook group, DM Facebook, or coachmarkhart@gmail.com, and we can discuss more about it. Zone and pack line, those are popular, guys, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to see those because they don't want the ball in the paint. That's the simple answer, is they don't want the ball to go in the paint, and that's where your skill development comes in. Shooting, obviously, is the cure-all, in my opinion. If you can shoot, they're probably not going to zone you much, and they're probably not going to pack you as much, and that's going to cause closeouts. And I don't care what you run, Princeton, dribble drive, flex, high post spread, triangle. If your offense is not creating closeouts in today's game, you're going to struggle to score. Plain and simple. People are forcing people. They're playing scouting report defenses. They're sticking in the paint. It is harder to score in college and high school. You're going to laugh at me, than it is the NBA, because the NBA cannot devise these strategies because they have the stupid 3-second defensive rule. That's my honest opinion. It's stupid. It's for entertainment. And if you make millions of dollars and you can't shoot, then I shouldn't have to guard you. So that's my rant on it. So Nick, appreciate you, man. Big supporter of us. Appreciate the shout out about the course. Thank you. Hope you're doing well in New York and have a great season. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you today on today's little live. If you enjoyed this, please let me know by liking it in the Facebook group, hearting it, liking it on the YouTube channel. It helps the algorithm so that this reaches more coaches. So appreciate you guys. And if you need anything from me, as always, reach out, and good luck to you, coaches.